Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video we're going to look at an ingredient which is highly misunderstood but widely used in the ice cream industry, and this ingredient is stabilizer. So let's have a look at stabilizer. We are going to look at the sources, we are going to understand the hydration, the typical usage, key functions, and also understand if we overuse it, what is going to happen. Some stabilizers can be used by themselves, and some of the stabilizers will also need another stabilizer, so it works in a synergy with each other. In today's video we'll also understand what does a stabilizer do and what are the key roles and functions of each and every stabilizer. So let's start with the first one, which is the Guar Gum. So Guar Gum is basically found widely in India and Pakistan. These two countries, it's basically an endosperm of a guar bean, and it's ground into a powder. The best part about Guar Gum, it is very versatile in terms of temperature. You can use it as a cold stabilizer. You do not have to heat it. So anything plus or minus 5 degrees centigrade or a really cold medium, Guar Gum works perfectly. There is a dosage, however you need to keep in mind it's around 0.1% to 0.5%. It's very good in terms of its viscosity buildup. It slows down ice crystals and also holds down to the free water easily. In result also prevents iciness. However, you need to keep in mind, if you overuse it or the dosage is not kept in mind, you may get a very gummy, pasty and a very heavy bodied gelato or ice cream, and also loses out on the melting properties. So just be careful when you're using amount of quantity of Guar Gum that you're going to use. It works alone, however it can also work really well in a synergy of LBG, or it's also called Locust bean gum. The next stabilizer that we're going to look at is Locust bean gum, also known as LBG. Comes from a carob tree or carob bean. These are basically small seeds inside, widely found in Mediterranean region. Also known as a gold standard in stabilizer, one of the best stabilizers that you can find. However, it is slightly expensive compared to all the other stabilizers. LBG, it probably is the most expensive stabilizer. You have to hydrate it in terms of it's not a cold stabilizer, so you will have to heat your mixture to around 80 to 85 degrees centigrade to activate it. That's the reason most of times when you see ice creams or gelatos, they heat their gelato, and if it has a stabilizer which is LBG, you will have to heat your mixture to 80 to 85 degrees centigrade so that it activates. There is a certain dosage that you got to keep in mind. It's probably 0.1 to 0.4%, and then in gelato you can go up to 0.2 to 0.3%. As I told you, it's a gold standard. It really controls ice crystals and gives you a very creamy mouthfeel. The finish is really slow and it melts in your mouth really slowly. Gives you a very premium gelato experience or an ice cream experience. Keep in mind, do not overuse it. It can make your gelato ice cream extremely chewy, rubbery, or also make sure it melts down very slowly, so it's difficult to process. It works alone, and it can also work in a very good synergy with Xanthan Gum or even Carrageenan kappa. The next stabilizer we're going to look at is Xanthan Gum. It's derived from bacterial fermentation, and the name of the bacteria is Xanthomonas campestris. So Xanthan Gum is an excellent stabilizer and also an emulsifier. It prevents weeping, holds air, and it's also very good for freeze-thaw stability. So if you are going to scoop your ice cream and you keep it for a while and your ice cream is frozen, it prevents the water separation from your ice cream. However, if you overuse it, usually the dosage is around 0.5% to 0.25%, and if you overuse this or do not weigh it properly, you're going to get an extremely slimy, stringy, gelatinous structure. Even small excess amount is widely noticeable. So just make sure when you're measuring and scaling xanthan gum, you use a very precise measuring tool so that you do not overuse it or go beyond the recommended value. It works well on its own in very low dosages, so you don't need much to use this. The dosage quantities are much lower compared to the other stabilizers. The next stabilizer we're going to look at is Carrageenan. Carrageenan are of three types: kappa, lambda and iota. However, in stabilizers we mainly use two types of Carrageenan. One is the kappa Carrageenan and the lambda Carrageenan. It's marine derived, that means it is derived from red seaweed. Kappa Carrageenans are hot stabilizers, means you need to heat your mixture to activate it. The heating temperature can be around 70 to 80 degrees centigrade. Whereas lambda Carrageenan can be a cold stabilizer, so you can use it in a cold emulsification at around 4 to 5 degrees centigrade. The dosage, you got to be careful. It's used in very small percentages. So Carrageenan is around 0.01% to 0.05% of the weight. The best thing about Carrageenan is it prevents weight separation via casein interaction. It thickens and adds body. However, kappa Carrageenan can give you brittle jelly set, whereas lambda Carrageenan gives you thick set. So Carrageenan usually is not used by itself. Carrageenan is always used in a synergy with LBG, Locust bean gum. So always make a mixture of Carrageenan and LBG when you're going to make your own stabilizer. Before we go to the next point, I want you to have a look at this video from SEP. School for European Pastry is a esteemed baking, pastry and culinary school distinguished as one of the finest globally. Our vision is to nurture, equip and empower our students to become tomorrow's industry leaders. Whether you aspire to join the hospitality industry or embark on an entrepreneurial journey, we are committed to providing you with vital training and resources needed to excel in either path. Your growth and success are a source of immense pride for us. The next stabilizer is CMC. I think one of the most widely used stabilizer in the industry. However, I personally do not recommend using CMC. The name for CMC means Carboxymethyl Cellulose because it is semi-synthetic. The main source of CMC is wood pulp or cotton cellulose. However, due to a long or a lengthy process of chemical reaction that it goes through, it almost turns into a chemical or synthetic. It does not really come under a clean label stabilizer. However, one of the cheapest stabilizers that is widely used in the industry. Usage is around 0.1% to 0.5%. It helps in building viscosity, binding water. It is very good against heat shock resistance. It helps in slow melting of your gelatos and it gives you amazing overrun. Since it is cheap, inexpensive, widely used, it's a chemical and gives you a really good overrun. Probably one of the biggest reasons it's used in the industry, definitely in ice cream industry, where they want to pump up a lot of air and give a larger overrun. So whenever you see commercial ice creams with overrun up to 100-120%, you'll usually see a CMC being used as a stabilizer or emulsifier in that mixture. CMC can work by itself. You don't need to add another stabilizer when you're using CMC. However, you can use it with Guar Gum and Carrageenan if you want to mix it. So next stabilizer that we are going to look at is Tara gum. It is extracted from a Tara tree and this tree is widely found in Peru. This stabilizer is partially cold soluble. However, for full viscosity development, you need to heat it to around 80 degrees centigrade. It falls between guar and the LBG family in its hydration behavior. The typical dosage is 0.1 to 0.4%. In the similar range as LBG and often used as an alternative to LBG. Carrageenan provides excellent ice crystal control, smooth body and creamy texture. It's very similar to the LBG as I previously mentioned. It is increasingly popular as it is neutral, clean label alternative to LBG, particularly in European artisanal gelatos. So Carrageenan is excellent for creaminess to prevent your ice cream from melting, and is widely used in European countries because it plays almost the similar role as LBG. It's a clean label stabilizer, so it's a natural alternative to LBG. It's not as expensive as LBG also. So I think it's a straight on alternative to LBG. So if you got Carrageenan, I'd always recommend using Carrageenan. It's comparatively cheaper to use Carrageenan to an alternative of LBG. Carrageenan, however, there are drawbacks. If you use too much, it's going to give you a gummy, rubbery texture, and it's not very pleasant because it melts very slowly. Very similar to LBG again. It works by itself, or you can use Carrageenan in synergy with Xanthan Gum and Carrageenan. The next stabilizer is Agar. Agar is extracted from red algae. It's a natural plant-based, vegan-friendly gelling agent, and it has been used widely in Asian countries in culinary traditions for centuries. It must be fully boiled. It needs minimum 95 degrees to 100 degrees centigrade temperatures for complete hydration and activation. It will not function at lower temperatures. It starts gelling upon cooling, typically at around 32 to 45 degrees centigrade depending on the grade. To use Agar, we need to boil the mixture completely. It requires minimum 95 to 100 degrees centigrade for complete hydration and activation. It will not function at lower temperatures, and upon cooling, it typically sets between 32 to 45 degrees centigrade depending on the grade of agar that you're using. Typical dosage is 0.5 to 0.2% in ice cream. Very small amount because it has a very high gelling power. In sorbets, you can use slightly higher up to 0.3%. However, be careful, if you overuse it, it creates a very brittle, grainy, gel-like texture, which may not be very pleasant on your palate and gives you a very crumbly texture as well. So agar does not really give you a very smooth texture if you use it beyond the recommended values. It makes your gel very firm. Yes, it does control ice crystals, it slows down melting point, but does not melt at body temperatures. It sets at around 85 degrees centigrade and becomes very grainy and crumbly rather than melting it softly. So these were some of the stabilizers that I covered in this video. There are many more. However, these are some of them which are widely used in the industry. However, also understand, stabilizers are not magic ingredients. They are just tools. And like tools, they have to be used with a specific understanding. If you overuse it, underuse it, they have their drawbacks. It is not used for covering up your recipes. It is just an aid or a tool to assist you to get you the best desired recipe or best desired result that you look for. Best ice creams and gelatos in the world use stabilizers thoroughly, not to cover up poor formulation, but to protect the great formulation from physics of freezing, storage, and freeze-idle. So if you want to deep dive deeper into ice creams and science and formulation, check out School for Europe and Pastry, where we have dedicated masterclasses covering stabilizers and science, sugar science, overrun, complete formulation from scratch, and the link is given in the description. And if you like this video, please subscribe because there's a lot more science coming again. See you next time, and thank you for watching.